to hear your opinion.
One thing, do you think we could maybe bring out some of the stereotypes and talk about those things and why they want to single out different things?
I think so.
Like we go race by race, or we go by types of people, or whatever you want to do. I mean, let's talk about certain ones that you just have. Off the top of your
Okay,
head.
well, I mean, I can only talk about black because I'm black. You know what I'm saying? Black. All black people, wear fitteds and wear big clothes and, want to wear a do-rag on their head and their hair braided. You know what I'm saying? And you get a lot of that stereotype, not just from other races, but you get it from within the race as well. Older blacks talk about younger blacks. Oh, they listen to that hippity hoppity. I don't understand what he's talking about. I don't understand what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's that whole issue of, where does it stop? And they think that just because you wear those types of clothing, that means that you hood or you're quote unquote ghetto. I don't really like that term either, ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Because ghetto is a place. It's not just because this is what I want to get out there, y'all. PSA, public service announcement, y'all. Just because something is toe down or broke, that don't mean it's ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Because you get a lot of people that say, oh, that's ghetto, man, that's ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It's all janky, it's ghetto. A lot of good things come out the ghetto.
It could be bootleg.
It'd be bootleg, but not ghetto. So we want to get it out there. It's all about the language, y'all. Be careful the words that you use because they affect people. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto is a place, not a thing, not a state of being. So you want to talk about something that's ghetto? Don't call it ghetto. Call it bootleg. Okay? Just a little PSA.
Now, one thing, like Dee was saying, within a certain race, I see a lot of stereotypes too, and I do agree in that. Here's some I see. I mean, just like for me, being Bengali, right? And I know the South Indian community. There's Indians, there's Pakistanis, and we're all South Asian, whatever. There's gonna be a lot of stereotypes I've gotten myself, just because I'm from Bangladesh. People, like Indian people, Pakistani people, they want to claim, oh man, I know you eat a lot of fish and this and that, just because Bengali people apparently fish a lot or something. Bay of Bengal's there, they get food from there, whatever. They want to ask me, hey, you eat a lot of fish. Okay.
What they got to do with it?
Exactly. All right. And then there's also where they call us Kalus because we're a little bit darker. So
what does that mean?
Kalu means black. So, I hear a lot of them when I'm at the mosque or when I'm at the ports or, I go to certain events and stuff like that. They'll just sing, I'm usually the only Bengali guy just because there's not that many Bengali people around here. Right. So it'll be like, what's up, Kalu? You know what I mean?
Dang.
And, I don't let it get to me or whatever like that, but...
Is it kind of like...
It's just like a stereotypical thing, I guess.
Is it kind of like the connotation of the N-word or...
Nah, I don't think
not
it's
really that hard?
It's not that bad. Not at all. Because it's more like we were talking about the other day, Vietnamese people say me day, black people.
Okay.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll just, so it's just a term for them.
Okay.
For blacks, like basically. The other thing was, I know a lot of Mexican friends of mine. There's a certain stereotypical thing where if you're from Monterey, you're apparently rich Mexican.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
That's
like certain states in Mexico, they have like different hand gestures for them. Like when they're speaking in Spanish, they'll do a certain hand gesture. I don't really know much about it, so I'm not gonna, definitively say, okay, this is the hand gesture for this or this is what they do for that. But they have certain hand gestures. They have certain sayings, like they have one state in Mexico that say, oh, well, you know how those people are. They're stingy. Yeah. Or they are, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I don't really think it's the people in Mexico that do it. It's the people that are here that come from there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like once you're American, then you start stereotyping people.
Yeah. It's like it's like America has its own way of,
singling out different groups.
And we supposed to be this melting pot or this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean,
diverse culture, but yet you want to call out every single thing about a certain culture
and make it bad or make it not
like just the fact that if you're apparently Mexican, you cut lawns. That's you know what I mean. It's a stereotype, right? I don't know why they're hating on that or whatever, but to me, it's like that business is a real successful business, or else people wouldn't be doing it in the first place. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't ever stereotype it like that, but it's just like some people will single that out as, hey, that's the type of work they do. That these people are working hard and out there, and they're Mexican or whatever. Same thing as in like gas stations. A lot of Indian workers there and something like that.
Therefore,
right?
Just because you Indian,
you work at a gas station, something like that. What I noticed is what I know for a fact is those gas stations, those guys are the ones that own the place.
That's what
they
I'm
don't
saying.
just work there. Yeah, they work
It's
there
kinda
because
like
they
franchise,
own it.
basically.
They buy the franchise. My dad owned one. I mean, he worked in there too. I mean, you own it. They work in the place they own. That's how they are. They'll have employees too, and usually their employees are their family members, friends, relatives, people they know, the people that would want to help out
Right.
with the job. That's how it is. I
Real
mean,
talk.
so you know, you can say something about them, but guess what? They got $1 million business underneath them. So I mean, I don't see why single them out. They hate on them. It's pointless.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also other stereotypes like we were talking about the other day, the fried chicken.
Oh man, black people and fried chicken. Like
I mean, I don't know why it's black people. I go to Popeyes, I go to Frenchie's, I go to Tim Hortons, I go
Yeah.
wherever I need to go.
Yeah.
I'll get my fried chicken. I tried to make it myself the other day.
right, but I think
It didn't work.
It didn't work. I'm telling you, man, you gotta put some flour on it. You gotta get your paper bag, put some flour in it, shake it up.
Shake and bake.
Shake it, no, for real. That's
Okay.
where it come from.
I see what you're saying.
Shake up the flour and get it real caked up. You gotta get some grease. You gotta get some Crisco and put it in there. Get your fire hot and put it in there. You can't fry it too hot because it'll be too crisp. Get that brown. I'm for real, man.
No,
I'm serious,
I
real
agree.
talk.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna do it later.
For real. So why do I know so much about chicken? Not because I eat it all the time. I just had a grandma that, you know what I'm saying, she got in the kitchen, she did her thing.
But see, that's just a stereotype. I mean, eating the fried chicken and stuff like that.
Right.
To me, it's nothing big deal. But like, who are the people that are coming up with these stereotypes, and who actually like proclaims these things and brings it out? That's why I don't understand. Like, where does it just go out of?
Well, I mean, you know, it could just come out of the fact that, you know, it's a cultural, you know, I mean, like just cultural interaction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was learning about this, matter of fact, in my sociology class the other day, that the farther away you are from a certain culture, the more stereotype you'll have about it. But if it's in your face, if it's right there, if you know somebody that's black or Hispanic or Bengali, you're not gonna make those stereotypes because you know that person. You're gonna say, oh, well, that person's different.
Yeah, I see.
Like I was saying, okay, matter of fact, I brought this example up the other day. Somebody I know, I'm not gonna say no names. I found out they were racist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I found out through a friend of mine. She's a reliable source. You know what I'm saying? I found this out, and we were talking, and she said, well, she was having a conversation with her friend, and they were talking about interracial dating. And you know, she said, well, how do you feel about black guys? And she was like, oh, well, I don't do black guys. I don't date black guys. You know what I'm saying? But she took it a step further, and like, you know, her and my home chick was talking. And she was like, well, those black people, blah, 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 making statements about black people. And my home chick is as black as you can get because both of her parents are from Africa. They just had her here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, she said, well, what about me? It's like, my parents were both born in Africa, had me. What does that make me? Oh, well, you're different. You don't act black.
What's act black?
What's act black? I don't know.
Because you know what? I'm not going to lie. Apparently, since I went to Hastings High School, grew up in A-Leaf, whatever, I act black. When I came to St. Thomas,
Yeah.
all the students, and there wasn't that many black people back then.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different crowd back 4 or 5 years ago at St. Thomas. I act black.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have my hair braided. I have long hair. I rock Sean John, this and that. But that's just how I grew up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's how you
I wasn't
dress,
trying
that's
to
how you
act
act
black.
black. Yeah.
I was just, this is the music I like. This is the clothes that I like. Yeah, I did my hair like that. I had my hair long. The girls wanted braided. I let them braid it. Oh, well. It actually looked decent. So what? Act black. What's act black?
I don't know.
Do we act white?
That's what I'm saying. Because I happen to be African American and I speak the English language properly and I'm in college, I'm white. I act white. But when I tell people I'm from 5th Ward, Houston, Texas, oh,